So I'm Maggie Tidaback. I'm an Economic Development Project Manager for the Town of Chino Valley. And just a little bit about me, I am from the area, graduated PHS in '96 and went to U of A, took off to California for about 10 years, started my real estate career there, and wanted to start a family, decided to move home, wanted to raise my kids rural the way I was, and I have 3 kids, and their names are Noelle, Odin, and Maisie. And I've been with the town almost 4 years, which is crazy because it feels like it's been a lot longer and a lot shorter at the same time. So who can give me a description of what economic development is? It's always a really hard thing to kind of communicate to people what it is because it's different between rural and cities, really. In a nut, huh? Yeah, definitely part of it. Critical infrastructure. So economic development is both quantitative and qualitative. I'm not going to read that to you guys. Go ahead and read it yourself. But what that means is the qualitative side of it is we try to bring a better quality of life to our community, meaning something with trails or whatever it is. You're bringing a better quality of life. Quantitative would be bringing jobs to town and new business. So what is my role? It's a lot. I'm a general economic developer. So what that means is in rural communities, I'm a one-person department. If you come from a bigger city, you could have up to 7 people or more in an economic development office. So my hands are really in everything. I wear a lot of hats. Business retention and expansion, tourism, marketing, business attraction. It's really important that I create relationships with site selectors, developers, and brokers. A lot of networking, grant writing, and then, of course, quality of life. So business retention and expansion is very important, especially in smaller communities, because you have, it's just different. The smaller businesses are a little more needing help. Insurgent Brewing Company, when I first started, the town manager at the time said, hey, they want to expand. So this is an example of where economic developer comes in and says, what are your needs? Let me help you get into the, the space next door. The SBDC started the Small Business Development Center. They won the Small Business Makeover Lifetime, hence the new paint, POS system, and a lot of other things, right, Marie? And so part of that is doing site visits to business to assess their needs and communication with the real estate community. About a year and a half ago, the town launched a tourism campaign, and we created a website called discoverchinovalley.org. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to pull it up right now, but if you take your phones out, or if you know how to use a QR code, you can simply put it on one of the rack cards on the table, and it'll take you right to the website and the video that was created. The town actually won an award for this through the Arizona Association of Economic Development for the campaign. It was pretty exciting. Here are some of the artwork that was done. These were billboards that were down in the valley during the summer last year. And then the main logo is on the right. So cooler than you'd think, come up and cool down. Some stars in the background to entice people up here. These are the rack cards that you'll see on your table. Please feel free to take one. And if you would like more, I have more. To the right are the Google ads that went out to create search engine optimization on the internet. So if people were looking for outdoor activity, Chino Valley would oftentimes pull up. Another thing that I do is the social media, both on print and so all on the left, you'll see Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube. I utilize all of that. If you go to the town website, there's some really cool videos of local businesses that an outfit called CGI Communications did for us, which is really neat. On the print side of it, you'll see on your tables also the economic development guide that was done with Rox Media, who does Prescott Living magazine and many more. And there's some swag, please take with you. So you've got a cup that turns color when you put water into it, pins, stickers. And so what I do is I put them in a bag over there. If anybody wants a bag, pick one up. And we hand those out at conferences to entice people to come and visit and do business in Chino Valley. So when I first started, it was the number one thing on my agenda at the time for the town council and the town manager. We have town-owned land. We own 880 acres out of Old Home Manor. Who all knows where that's at? This table doesn't count. Wait, raise the hands again. Okay, good enough. It's out behind El Charro, and 200 acres are designated for business park to bring commerce and jobs, and the rest of it we are still kind of trying to figure out. We do have an escrow of 40 acres for a nice RV park, which is really exciting. The town's been working on that for, golly, years. I think you all know that. There were some signs put out, the business park, so that's the signage for the business park. And up behind the BMX track are the 40 acres that we have an escrow with an RV park. In rural communities, general economic practitioners like myself have to really be involved in the critical infrastructure projects because we have such a lack of it. So it's really important that I communicate with Public Works, Development Services as to where that's at so that when I'm attracting, a car wash or a grocery store or whatever it is, we know where those critical infrastructure is already in place or what needs to be done. And part of that is also the grant writing side of it to get money to fund that. Pretty excited about some of the funds that we've been getting. The first one was for $400,000 through the Arizona Commerce Authority and an ADOT program for phase 1 Old Home Manor. So what that was is putting money towards some of the road work and infrastructure that was done right there. The second one is another $240K. It's a congressionally earmarked fund. That's a fun one. Federal government grants are a little different. And the last one we received is $500,000 for the Perkinsville Road Capital Improvement Project, which is really exciting. It's going to take water, sewer, and road improvements up from Road 1 East, down Perkinsville, underneath the highway and down so we can finally feed some of the current businesses that are there. So it's very exciting. Thank you, Town Manager, for doing great things in Chino. So again, here's some of the upcoming major capital improvement projects that I have to be aware of. There's a 5-year one out at Old Home Manor. Again, the sewer across the highway, and we're trying to get sewer down eventually through, it's pretty much north of Bonfire and down through some of the residential areas there. And eventually down to the outer loop. So we open up that basically 4 corners of commercial development. It's really important that I am a membership of a lot of different things to be networking and involved. I'm the chair of the Arizona Association of Economic Development for the Northern Committee. That was a really honor to be asked to do that. We kind of do a lot of networking throughout Northern Arizona to solve problems and educate and advocate. Part of NACOG, IADC. I'm not going to read this off to you guys, but just an example of all the organizations I'm involved with. Okay, and the most fun part of being an economic developer is the quality of life. At the end game, that's kind of what we're trying to do, is find a balance of bringing new business and keeping our rural feel here, but having enough services and everything so that we're not always having to drive a million miles to get the stuff, gas prices, So my favorite thing that we're doing right now is the Greater Chino Valley collaboration. This is a group of people from Supervisor Brown's office, Town Manager's office, different networking groups, outdoor collaboration to bring more access to the river, trails, mitigation, all sorts of stuff to kind of open up our outdoor activity here, all the while mitigating that and making sure people don't trash our beautiful Chino Valley, Greater Chino Valley area. Upcoming projects. So again, RV Park at Old Home Manor. So this is Perkinsville Road. Here's Old Home Manor Drive. The RV Park, are in the process of purchasing this 40 acres here. The developer that's in the process of purchasing it is actually, he's pretty big time. He did the whole revitalization down in Phoenix, in downtown Phoenix off of Van Buren on the west side. So we're pretty hopeful that it keeps going forward and that we see that happen eventually. The Circle K, this has been a long time coming. How many people know that Circle K is a Canadian company? Most people don't, it's interesting. So they are gonna be at the outer loop right across the street, see Grace Church. Last I was told, breaking ground in January. It's 5,200 square feet. And we're pretty excited about that. It's going to be a nice little game changer as you're coming into town. The first thing you're going to see is a nice, pretty Circle K. And the horses. This was a fun one. So Sherman-Williams is actually leaving their location in Prescott and coming out here. And when I was talking to them, we have to be on the Highway 89. we had to be on the Highway 89. So it took a lot of massaging to let them know, hey, that's a better location because you're at a four-way stoplight where you get all the traffic in town. And so finally they decided that they were going to go there. And most of you have probably noticed they actually have all the site. Yeah, they're well into production. So that'll be a nice one. We are the blue-collar area, so it's fitting. And that'll wrap it up.